Bing, 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 bing. It's the Modern Fail Scrum. It's a Monday on another bold week where we thought it was summer last week in the UK, but no, it's gone back to cold and rainy again. We are here at Sam and Nico and Michael. I have spent the morning working on the monthly report on Agile Ventures for the trustees, which I have mixed feelings about. I guess it's a good giving me an overview of everything that's going on. I wish I could automate it. Yeah, I think I'm almost done. And what I'm trying to do is work through all of like the sponsorships that we have going on and just make sure that they're all connected up. And maybe yes, so that's, if I can at least get that done this morning. What I really want to do is get onto this new mentor incentive package. We have the Elixir mob coming up, where we're going to be looking at probably the block that Ryder and I had on Friday about deploying the Doku on Azure. We have found, it seems like there's a Docker file that will set up the right kind of Jitsi that we need perfectly, that will have screen sharing and streaming and everything and so on. So I'm quite excited about that. But so yeah, no org graders meeting today, so I'm hopefully going to use that time to get the mentor incentive package program sorted out. Then we've got the new members meeting later on today. Yeah, and I'm trying to get permission to blog about this Electron node stuff that I'm doing, because I find coding on something and not being able to blog about it just incredibly restrictive and constraining. Yeah, I think that's probably all that needs to be said by me. Let's go on to Nico, who is next in. Nico, how are things going with you?
Fine. I've been working with Docker a little bit by doing a course on Udemy for making it like scalable on Amazon with Amazon Web Services, and trying to implement that in an application that I'm working on. And I thought that maybe we can use that application for including it in Agile Ventures for newcomers or people that maybe want to start creating his own portfolio or something. So maybe if you want, people take a look at in the after Scrum. We can see it. And I have to work on website 1 in the pull request that I have open there. That this week we should close it. Yeah, and I have no blockers.
All right, great stuff. Thank you, Nico. Michael, how are things going with you?
So I paired with Marion yesterday, and we updated some of the documentation for the Doku instance, but we didn't get through all of it.
Right, for automated premium model.
Automated premium model. But we did get blocked. It seems like going through it, we had gotten to the point where I thought we were ready to push, and she pushed, and I don't know, it was like it rejected it. It was saying something about how one build argument.
Oh, really?
Like an error that would look like it was emanating from Docker, and I know Docker is supposed to like manage that. I mean, it all had worked for me, and we had tried it out last week, and it seemed like it was kind of it didn't get that same error with you and I when you pushed it initially. So.
Right. Is the error? We've got the automated premium channel. Maybe slap a copy of the error in there if you have it.
I don't have it to hand, but it was basically like Docker build requires one argument or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else to report?
No, that's it.
All right.
Oh, and the latest data mining, like the one for the premium automated bot that hit on Saturday night. That was out of Doku because I shut down.
Oh, right. Wonderful.
I shut down the other VM just to make sure.
Right.
We're getting everything through. So.
Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. So that's fantastic. Yeah. So that's now in that Doku instance, and so changes can be now pushed up via, in principle, by Git rather than having to SSH into the box. So that's interesting. Fantastic. All right. Well, that's our Scrum then. Nico, do you want to show us? So you're doing some stuff with Dockerfile, with some AWS, and yeah, do you want to show us what you've got there?
This one's the project, and it's kind of a portfolio
Right.
for anyone that, I mean, it will be the portfolio of anyone.
Right.
So you have these parts, like what I do. If you have some kind of services that you are selling, like, I don't know, design logos or that kind of stuff, the about me, my works, and you have all your shops if you want to take a look there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why it's not. Yeah.
And so this is so what software is this? Just a static like HTML CSS site, or it's written in some?
It is written in Ruby on Rails. It has Ruby on Rails 5. It is Dockerized now, so you have a Docker file in order to pull all the things and get it running. It is using Redis for background shops, and I'm trying to deploy an Nginx node to EC2 in order to handle the traffic with a load balancer and other instances.
Right.
So yeah, it is using device for signing up, and yeah, I'm doing some changes now, so it's breaking. But yeah.
But so this is the repo.
And you have
so you've got like, you've got a Rails app, and then you're deploying the Rails app to AWS.
That is my idea. I didn't want to do it. I mean, it would be easy for me to do it just to Heroku, but that is the like kind of the standard, and I want to do a little bit more.
Sure.
So I want to create an scalable application in order to I don't know, to kind of do a little more, to push myself a little more in order to understand more things and how they are working. So yeah, that's pretty much. You have a Postgres image, you have a Redis image, and all of them are at the latest versions compatible with AWS versions. So I just need to deploy it. but the thing is that this course that I'm doing right now, it doesn't integrate the things with Semaphore or with an integration tool, with a continuous integration tool. So I have to translate all the things that they are teaching us in order to make the deploys with the script that they provide to Semaphore.
Right.
Because right now Semaphore is breaking. And it's breaking also because the configuration for the environment variables that is managing the connection to the database is different. So because I'm using an URL directly for the connection to the database.
Are you using Docker Compose?
Yes.
Okay.
If you just Docker Compose app build, it will create everything. And locally it will be working, but I have to make it work like in production.
Right.
Interesting. And so this is you're doing this as part of a course, as an online?
No. The project is mine as an idea to display the things that I'm doing.
But you mentioned also a course.
But the course I'm
Docker.
trying to yes, exactly. That I started the first course. I did it the last week, and this weekend I did the second course that is scaling Docker with AWS.
So which is it? Is it this? Which it's an Udemy course, you said?
Yeah, you can just put there Docker AWS scale, and it will appear.
Put it wrong, but scaling Docker on this one. Interesting.
Yeah, that one.
So and you're enjoying this course?
Yeah, I already finished it, but the thing is that I need to deploy it the way I want and not the way they did it.
Right. Sure. Interesting. Wow. Very interesting. So Yeah, I'll have to think about that. We're going to be looking at more stuff related to this in the MOV coming up.
Because and I thought that this maybe is a cool project for someone that is coming to Agile Ventures and they want to have something like to show off the things that they are doing, and they can just
yeah, it's definitely very interesting. I think for many people it might be more complex than they can manage to begin with. Do you know what I mean? I think I love the idea. I love the idea that the person is able to make a portfolio site for themselves. Like if there was a way for them to sort of that seems like a wonderful thing. I think for the people who are sort of struggling with getting Rails working, for them to be also doing Docker as well. I don't know, maybe I'm completely wrong. I sort of assume that the trouble that people have coming to
they will have to understand a little bit about Docker, because you have to run it at the same time that you're developing it.
Yes.
Once you have everything like running, is
yeah. I think it's but when we're doing more and more with Docker, so yeah, this is a great suggestion. And keep thinking how we can integrate this more. That makes me think of, as we were talking about, that makes me think of two things. Is did you say you needed anything on this load README from GitHub stuff? Was there?
With that, I need to save the VCR that is connecting with the GitHub API.
Right.
API. And I have to see how to do that, because right now the test is hitting the API.
Okay, yeah, and then there was changing it so that it kind of fell back on the pitch.
That part I have to implement it.
Yeah, maybe that could even be a separate ticket, maybe.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Up to you. So there was that one, and then there was, oh gosh, now there's something else that I've forgotten. Was it about AWS and Docker and Azure and so on? We had didn't you post in Website One DevOps about some settings in Semaphore?
Semaphore CI, yeah.
Yes, that show us.
I think that dashboard is new. That option for scheduling deployment or
right.
builds.
So
it is in settings.
Right. And so if we go in for,
but the thing is that I don't know if you can do the scheduling thing for different branches, or you can just do it for one, because I didn't try it. I just saw it and I said, okay, we need to do this.
And I think that the problem is the at least from what you. So the thing that we would like to, or we've talked about getting, is a thing where stuff that was on develop was moved on to staging at some frequency, right? Let's say every Monday at 3 a.m. whatever's on develop gets moved on to staging, and then who knows, like on Wednesday at 3 a.m. anything that's on staging gets moved on to production. But I think this will, at least from the interface that you're showing there, it will run a build for us on a particular branch, but it won't, for example, merge staging.
It won't run any kind of command or
which, I mean, I guess we could insert our own script to do that. I mean, the interesting thing is that basically we've already got it set up so that any push to develop or staging or master will lead to an automatic deployment. So the thing that we need to schedule is not the build so much, is that we need to schedule the merges, like
exactly.
And it's weird, isn't it? And we don't want those to be responding to. But I guess if we could, if this interface would allow us to specify one build rather than another, like, I guess the interesting thing here is, I don't know.
There is no.
There's no. Yeah, it's not. It's interesting. Yeah.
It's just the build.
Yeah. Well, good to know about that. I mean, I think we're continuing to roll out all the stuff for Met Plus, where we want to have notifications and automatic deployments and so on, whatever. And I guess we will continue to do the pipeline there. Although also on local support, the client's basically saying that they don't feel that they can support the. I think even though the cost of it is relatively like it's like £20 a month for the hosting or something. That now that we keep the develop and staging servers off, I think partly because the organizations thing hasn't really worked out in the way that they wanted.
Okay.
They're basically. I mean, I think they're they're a voluntary organization with limited funds, so they're kind of under pressure to like work out where can they do cost savings. So they're kind of if they're thinking about in terms of, well, if this is sort of like effectively a static site where it's just representing the volunteers, then can we make the site simpler and pay less for hosting? I think it's not as simple as that, and as much as I mean, one could make like a mashup that didn't rely on all of the the database work that we've done per se. But what I would hope to do is say, look, we'll move this to Doku, and then it basically will cost us nothing for the hosting. And what I'm hoping is that we can connect up the charity API framework that Brent's working on, and then the organizations will be kept up to date as a result of what's happening in the charity database. So anyway, so that's a well, we can maybe I mean, the first step there would be experimenting with deploying a develop server for this onto Doku. You've got access to the Doku setup?
I think that I never worked with Doku.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, because the interesting thing here is, like, in the context of your app here, I got the wrong one. Is that for me, if I've got a Rails app, like what we've done with Met Plus, is it doesn't need a Docker file in order to be deployed. I mean, it maybe actually makes it help in that it automatically set up the Postgre database for you. But the way we've used Doku is you can point Doku to a Git repo with a build pack, and it just deploys for you. And so it kind of treats it as if it were it Dockerizes it kind of automatically. Does that make any sense?
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, it makes sense, but I never heard of that. So
yeah, but so this is have you Doku is this system, and it basically it's like your own version of Heroku, but open source, and you can so we have Doku instances running on Azure where we get free hosting, and then we manage deployments. I guess right, because you've been really involved in the DevOps, but you've been doing it all through Heroku on local support and Website One. And anyway, I mean, at some point, probably not now, I guess, but I'd be happy to show you like the whole Doku stuff.
Okay.
And
yeah, sure.
I'll just pop that in your cool. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. All right. Well, I think that is that. I really love what you're doing here with the this app and so on. I wish our onboarding process had a more structured thing where it kind of helped people put something together that was setting up their profile and presenting themselves or whatever in Agile Ventures. It's lots of food for thought there.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Well, I guess I will see. Yeah. I guess what I'd love to do is give you a Doku instance to play with. So, because I mean, like as well for you, like if you're putting this onto AWS, that's costing you money, right?
Not right now because I didn't deploy it, but it will be within the free tier. So
okay. So you got for the first year, you're
no. I'm past the first year.
Okay,
but within the free tier, I'm only going to spend like $20 per month.
Okay, right.
Because
but we could give you a Doku instance where you could both play with the Docker files and the thing, and you would not spend any money. If that's interesting. I mean, exactly the same thing that I'm hoping to do the cost saving for local support.
maybe I can play with local support there in order to try to move it.
Totally.
Because I would like to get some things working on Amazon Web Services.
Sure, no, it's good to know how to get it all working on AWS. I think you gave me your SSH key already, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And what did I just set you up with access to with the SSH key?
It was to the NHS.
Oh, that was the NHS one.
Host. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, just to show you extremely quickly what we've got for, like, if I go into so we've got the Met Plus projects. So here, if I do git remote -v there, so you can see here, I've got we've got production there. We've got this Doku Agile Ventures East here. So if I do this SSH that, and then I do apps list like this, then basically I get this is like our app. So this is like the command line interface to Heroku.
Yeah.
And there's no UI, but I can, go through and I can. I've got local support here. So in principle, I can take the same. What is it here? SH Doku, and I can do apps create, or would it be Harrow CN develop like this, and then that creates that. And then I have to do like git remote add, and then I would do like Azure develop, and I have to put the same thing like this. I mean, all of this could probably be like massively streamlined, and then I put like Harrow CN develop like that, and then I can do git pull origin develop to get the latest code out, and then I can do git push Azure develop develop master like this. This will probably fail because it's like it needs various settings and what have you. But so this is going to take like the local support Git repo and push it up and kind of Dockerize it and stuff. So that's basically the deal. And yeah, with your SSH key, I can basically give you access so that you can do these kinds of commands. And it's detecting a build path there, and it's all right to the node thing, and it's starting to try and do it. And this is effectively the first step on seeing if we can get local support all running there in the way that we want to, in the new build pack. So I mean, I'll post some of this stuff in local support DevOps, and if and when you're interested, I'll make sure you've got SSH key to access it. Yeah, nice one.
Nice.
Right. Good to see you.
Do I need to have an account like in Microsoft?
No,
Azure is
indeed, but no, you don't, because that's what's interesting. What we're doing here is we've got Azure, and then we've deployed. So in order to deploy a Doku instance on top of that requires access to all of that. But once the Doku instance is deployed, it's like a mini Heroku. And then if we give you access to that with the SSH key, you can then do whatever you need.
Enter there and play around with the applications that are
there. Yeah, I mean, we're like we Michael and I accidentally broke everything the other day because we were deploying. Like we've got this one. You saw the list of apps that it had here. Like so, at the moment, like the different stuff. I've got Met Plus. We've got a few little things. We've got Async Voter. And then my React thing, it's all there, kind of a big, and basically everybody who has access to this has access to all of these, So, and then so we tried to put up the machine learning one, and it kind of like the install was heavy and it killed everything else. So we've set up a separate Doku on a different box. So we're starting to make these kind of separate mini Herokus that each can manage their own set of apps, and then the user access to each of those is variation. But so anyway, I'll go offline and get you access to this and put, let's say, information in the local support DevOps.
Cool. Awesome.
All right. See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.